before you pass the judgment on a man on his sick bed and his wife and children are not there to attend to him, before you pass your judgment on the wife, sometimes you need to ask so many questions. Some of them have, like in the early stage of their marriage, they've done something really bad, like they've really done something bad that the woman is not ready to forgive. I know someone that she's permanently deaf, like though one of the ear is working, but this thing came into place because of domestic violence. So a woman that is deaf through beating, how do you expect her to forgive? For her to forgive, it will only take the grace of God for her to forgive. Now when the husband is in the hospital, you are judging her for not coming, and men should take care of themselves, this or that one, and you've forgotten that they've done some atrocities. They've done so many atrocities in the past. Men, we can do better. Like seriously, we can do better. Because in a situation where you beat your wife in the presence of your children, now there are two things involved. Is either the child will learn to beat his own wife when he grows up, or when you are in your own old age. See, so many things we are doing in the presence of these children, they will never forget them. They always remember what we do in their presence. Beating your wife in the presence of your children. I have a doctor, well, a friend of mine who is a doctor anyway. So he was like, men are going through a lot, that you will see men between the age of 60s, 70s, whenever they are sick, they will be the only one in the hospital, nobody to look after them, this one and that. And I was like, come, you don't need to judge that way. You don't know what the past has been. Imagine a man maybe in the early years of their marriage, maybe like the first 10 years of their marriage, that was beating his wife, maybe to the extent of maybe the woman is partially deaf. I even have some that they are bad up to now, because then in the early years of marriage, the husband was beating them, and maybe some of them were even on braids, that the man will have to start pulling the braid one after the other. So they are bad up to now. Now men, we have to do better, because these children, your wives, they are your strength. They will be your strength at old age. Just, I don't know, his wife, I have a man that will tell his wife then to kneel down in the presence of the children. See, we really need to do better, because of old age, because of the future. I don't know what a woman can do that can warrant beating. Like, the worst I know is maybe cheating on you, and if she cheats on you, then you can tell her people to come and pick her, you take her to her people, instead of beating her. Maybe along the line you beat her, you become a murderer, or she even becomes a murderer. So if you are in a relationship and your partner is beating you, like someone will even tell me that, tó bá ti ń sọ pílò lù mí gan, màá ti wò pé ẹni yìí red flag ni. So let's be serious, there are signs. You try to correct someone and you see the person smashing things in the house. So there are signs, and immediately you see it, flee instead of risking your life. So the story of this man that was stabbed, he was stabbed to death by his wife, and the woman actually stabbed him. He went to the hospital that night to treat himself, came back to that very house again to sleep that very night. What happened to lodging in an hotel? What happened to sleeping in the hospital? Like the Bible said, wisdom is profitable. A woman tried to stab you, you were able to escape, You went to the hospital to treat yourself and you came back to that very house again to pass the night. So it was when she came home, when he came home to pass the night, that was when the woman now stabbed him again. What happened to sleeping outside? And the following morning you called her people to come and pick her instead of you going back to that house and sleep. Please, male and female, women and men, please, let's do better. Let's do better. If you are not okay in a relationship, I think you should leave instead of turning to, I don't even know, turning yourself to, what should I call it now?